back to the Ron and Fez show.
Must be a lady tonight.
Your chance to go to the big-ass prize closet. Talking about these urban myths, looking for those great ones that we've all heard, and they will never go away, because, Ronnie, they keep being circulated as fact by liars.
By small-minded people with nothing but time.
866-277-4969.
Here is Dave. Dave, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys, what's going on?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, the most common one I've ever heard is Richard Gere and the gerbil.
People have sweared to God that their cousin was working in the emergency room, and he came in, and all he saw was gerbil feet. And it's the most ridiculous thing. Nobody. Get this through your head. It doesn't make sense that anybody would take an animal and put it there.
So that one's not true.
No. And it's ridiculous, and that's been around for like 20 years. Matter of fact, I had heard it before with a guy who I think he's on E now, and he used to be one of the broadcasters in Philadelphia. And the whole town said it was true.
God.
All because he didn't marry.
That one I really wanted to be true. And I even have a cousin who's friends with a paramedic who said they knew someone.
They all lie. They all lie. What do you think, Roy?
No, I don't think it was that believable at all.
Everybody believed it. It swept the nation.
It's the biggest one I've ever heard.
Yeah, it's definitely the biggest of my lifetime. That one, and Rod Stewart had to get his stomach pumped.
Oh, yeah, after congratulating the
there's
soccer
Mikey
team.
D running out. But, Mikey, have you heard it of different people besides Rod?
No.
Because Elton John has had that one before.
I never heard Elton.
Yeah, it's around. They keep moving around.
And I don't remember Richard being so, close to the...
Oh, that's right, Mr. Gere.
So I don't remember that.
Maybe you can vote for him tonight when we do your SAG Awards.
Yeah, we'll try to do that.
All right, I'm sorry, Dave. I agreed with you, but Roy says no. Here is John. John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, John.
Hey, I got two for you.
Yeah, you can only do one.
Give us one, buddy.
Okay. Don't sit on that public toilet because you'll get the crabs.
All right, thank you.
That one I think's true.
Yeah, that's just your mom telling you. Here is Elizabeth. You're on Ron and Fez.
Hi. Okay, mine is supposedly there's a gay radio host who has a Canadian girlfriend.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what? Some of these guys
What a bunch of freaks.
Some of these guys will say anything. Here is Jake. Jake, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
I got the perfect one.
All right.
I'm telling you, you're going to love this. Girl at any university, you can pick one, okay? She goes out to a party, comes back, it's late, she needs to get some stuff from her apartment. She comes in, doesn't want to wake her roommate, so she comes in real quiet, gets her stuff, goes back out. Next day, cops everywhere. Her roommate has been murdered. She runs back up to the apartment, goes into the bathroom, and written in the mirror in lipstick is, "Aren't you glad you didn't turn on the light?"
Right.
Ooh. I hate any of them when there's something written on the mirror.
Roy?
Yeah, that one was a very good one. Jake, I'm going to put you in the prize closet there.
All right, there you go. Thank you. Thanks a lot, Jake. He's just sitting, just transfixed, looking off.
I think it scared him.
Here's Judy. Judy, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron and Fez. This one is old as dirt. It goes back to the time when you didn't pump your own gas, and the attendant came out and pumped it for you. And it was always told that it was somebody's old aunt or their grandmother, but it was always an elderly woman who pulled in. The guy came out to pump the gas, and she either gave him a $10 bill or a charge card, and he went in and came back and said, "Ma'am, you'll have to come inside because you either gave me a counterfeit bill or your charge is declined." And she gets flustered and goes in, and when he got her inside the station, he'd say, "I had to get you in here. There was a man crouched in your back seat ready to attack you."
Right, that's always the thing.
I haven't heard that one forever. I remember that now.
You can't use it now because everybody pumps their own gas.
No, not in Jersey. What do you think, Roy?
Judy, that one was definitely very believable. I'm going to put you in the prize closet.
All right.
Too kind. Thank you, guys. Have a great weekend.
Okay.
All right, hold on, Judy. Get your big ass prize.
The winners are just coming, Fez. Jake. All right, hold on. Just run over and do it. You don't have to write.
Just go ahead and push it.
Is there something wrong with that line?
What's wrong with that?
Okay.
All right, so we lost Jake.
Yeah, all right, let me go to Anson. Anson, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey,
what's
Anson.
up, guys?
Go ahead, Anson.
Yeah, this one was told to me by a couple of people in my town, and one of them being my cousin, and she swears on her life that her best friend ate at Taco Bell once, and then later on that day she was having, like, pains in her gums, so she went to the dentist, and they found, like, cockroach eggs, like, wedged in her gums.
Now, the odd thing is every fast food has had to put up with that,
Yep.
and it's always a lie.
Yeah.
What do you think?
She swears that it's her best friend.
Yeah, because they lie. They're such boring, awful people. They have nothing.
And bad gums.
That one was very believable. Sorry, Anson. That's
All right.
Not going to put it up there with the top ones?
No.
Now, that reminds me of the one, there was always the woman who had the big bouffant hairdo that she never washed. She just kept adding more and more hairspray to it, and they found the nest of spiders in her bouffant in her beehive, and it had actually eaten into her brain.
Sure, that of course comes out of the 1950s. So we know when Fez started hearing these things. Here is Ryan.
I heard it from the B-52s.
Ryan, you're on Fez.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Hey, 16005.
Okay.
Hoo-ah! There's your hoo-ah.
All right, I got the girl. She was pleasuring herself with a lobster, and it laid eggs inside her. And when they hatched, she was in the bathroom, and she just freaked out and fainted and hit her head on the toilet and died.
How would anybody use a lobster for self-pleasure?
I know. Do you take the little rubber bands off?
Yeah, I don't know, but...
What do you think, Roy?
Sorry, Ryan. That one was definitely very believable, but it's not on the top ones.
How is it believable?
It was. I remember hearing it.
I've never heard that one, actually.
The problem with those urban myths are they'll always say, hey, do you remember Judy or something like, or Susan or something like that? And it's people that you remember, and then you try to picture these urban myths happening to them, so it becomes a lot more truthful.
So you know think that a girl, I mean, you know the size of a lobster.
Right.
Where is she going to put it?
I don't know, but it's just when you hear it, it almost sounds like it could possibly happen. Maybe the tail or something like that. I don't know.
It would have to be the tail if it's laying eggs.
All right, here's what I remember when I was young, and it was a babysitter story. And the babysitter was doing acid. The parents come home and they go, "How is the baby?" "Oh, everything is okay." And I put that turkey in the oven, and she was tripping. So the parents go, "Turkey?" "We had no turkey." They go to the oven. There's the baby roasting.
Oh, I remember that one, Ronnie. You would go to the big-ass prize closet, Ronnie.
And I would lay in my bed after hearing this at school, and I'd just be thinking. I'd be picturing a baby that is now, and I'd be so starving. I would be so hungry.
I hope she remembered to baste it.
And they just lie, that's all. Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Chris.
Am I on?
Yeah, you're on, buddy. You're on the Ron and Fez show.
Two friends have a conflict at an apple factory, and the one guy, he pushes his other friend into the apple grinder, right? And a few days go by, the guy's missing, and then he drinks some apple juice, and then he keels over and dies. Turns out he drank a good bone.
All right, you are telling an old joke. We're talking about urban myths, but thank you very much.
Okay. So we're going to pass you up.
Two guys fighting in an apple factory. He pushes him in. Later, as he's drinking, he drinks a bone. Did I mention he was Polish? Whatever happened to Polish jokes? You never hear those anymore. When I was little.
I know. They're all gone.
Every joke was a Polish joke. Dan, you're on Ron and Fez.
Dan, go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah, you're on the Ron and Fez show. Go ahead, buddy.
Hey, have you heard about the baby that was born with no eyelids?
All right, again, we have another joke. And they used the foreskin.
Gotcha.
Billy, urban myths, not jokes.
Steve, you're on Ron and Fez.
He just covered his ears. Go ahead, Steve.
Ron and Fez.
Yes, buddy.
Hey, there's this one where this lady wakes up, and she's got a pain in her ear. So she goes to the doctor, and the doctor looks inside, and it's like, "Ma'am, you've got a cockroach in your ear," and they pull it out. I always heard that from, my friends. It's always their aunt or their grandmother.
And it always laid eggs, right?
Yeah, most of the time.
Usually.
They always laid eggs, these stories. But actually, bugs can get into your ear before you stop believing that can happen.
On the urban myth ones, any of these things are not gross or horrible enough. They have to take it up a notch.
Right.
And add the eggs. And, of course, the woman dies. in all of them, too. They have to take it a little bit further each time.
And you ever notice this, that you're always hearing this from your dumbest friends?
Oh, yeah.
It's just your dumbest friends going, I have to tell you something I heard.
And they will swear it is true.
Yeah.
Swear to it.
Tony, you're on Ron and Fez.
Tony.
Hey, it's me, Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't drink Corona beer because the Mexicans peed it.
That one is true, though. But thank you, Tony.
All right, but the lime kills it.
That's why you put the lime in. Chad, you're on Ron and Fez.
Chad.
Hey, Ron and Fez.
Go ahead, pal. What do you got for us?
I got the chloroform bandit.
What was the chloroform bandit?
When I was in the Marine Corps, a story went around, and I've heard it from other colleges as well. A fellow went to the doctor. He had hemorrhoids, and the doctor checked him out. And of course, in the Marine Corps, he asked him, he said, well, how long have you been a homosexual? He said, I'm not a homosexual, and the guy found out that his roommate was chloroforming at night and having sex with him.
That's why I worry about Roy sharing a room.
He'll get Billy formed.
What do you think, Roy?
I heard something similar to this. It's good, but not in the top ones.
All right, here's Jeff. Jeff, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Jeff.
Everybody, I think, has heard that down here, that Jamie Lee Curtis is supposed to be a hermaphrodite.
The problem we actually had, I think, was it her mom on the show?
It was her mother, Janet Leigh, on the show.
And brought it up. And here's the thing. We got it from our producer at the time, who claims she had saw a Phil Donahue show.
That's right.
Where they dealt with it, and we bring it up, and this woman was so furious with us, and I'm staring at the producer, and afterwards our producer kept saying, she's lying. I go, why would she lie?
Called Miss Janet Leigh a liar on the air.
And even though she would go on the Phil Donahue show and announce it, she wouldn't say anything on our show.
Yeah.
I never felt so embarrassed in my life.
It was such a hideous set of circumstances because the producer, she kept claiming that she saw Janet Leigh and Jamie Lee Curtis on Donahue together, admitting this, and that they had surgery for Jamie Lee when she was younger. And here's the thing, Janet Leigh from Psycho, right? We're getting ready to do a show for Universal Studios Florida where they had the Bates Motel. It's like a big, sponsor. And we're doing this to Janet Leigh.
What do you think, Roy?
That one's it's up there, but I don't think.
Roy, you just hear me and Fez got caught up in it.
I know, I understand that.
You're going to the prize closet, sir.
Oh, okay.
Congratulations.
Right. For bringing up a humiliating memory for us.
No, he's acting like no one would believe it. We did on the air. What do you got for us, Mikey D?
I remember when I was young, there was a new gum called Bubble Yum, and the big thing was spider eggs was the secret ingredient. That's what made it taste so good.
What, grape-flavored spider eggs?
It was bubble gum, but I mean it was called Bubble Yum, and it was just...
I remember Bubble Yum.
Yeah, it was like it took over for Bazooka and all that. That was the big thing in my day.
I never know it. In your day. It's not your day now? Your day is gone?
He used to chew tree sap.
Here's Nick, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Nick.
Hey, guys, how you doing tonight? I was thinking Black Betty. Do you remember that one?
Black Betty Van Jam?
Well, yeah, somebody said it was Bloody Mary or something like that, but we knew it as Black Betty in our neighborhood. Basically, what you would do as a kid, you would go to a mirror and stare at your reflection in the mirror and say Black Betty like 3 times, and she would come out and attack you or something like that.
Wasn't that Candyman? Wasn't it a Candyman movie?
Yeah, that was what happened.
It was known as like different names, I guess. So.
You had to say Candyman 5 times.
Yeah, Candyman or something like that.
And he'd come after you with his hook. He didn't even have candy. What was the deal there?
That's a believable one because I have heard that, but it wasn't one of the big ones.
Sorry, thank you very much. All right, so you would believe that Black Betty could come out of the mirror?
I did. Yeah, it was actually I heard it as Bloody Mary, like he said. But if you said it over and over again, there would be someone standing behind you.
Billy says it 12 times a night in a bar.
Wayne, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yo, dude, what's up?
Bloody Mary, please. Bloody Mary. Go ahead, Wayne.
Hey, the bubble yum, it was spider webs. That's why you can blow such good bubbles with it.
Oh, spider webs. Okay,
yeah.
That gave it its consistency.
That's right. But, Mikey, eating the Pop Rocks and drinking the Coke, exploding in the stomach.
And I had heard that where they saw it on the news. A a DJ was reading the news and cried. They always add these extra little things.
They have to add details
that
to it.
Make it personal.
Great.
And you know what? Anytime you go to these people, oh, that's a lie, then they start to really defend it.
Yeah, you've actually offended them.
Yeah.
866-277-4969.
We'll take a break. We're right back in a few moments. We'll get Paulo on the phone. And Mikey D and Billy both are SAG card holders. It's the Screen Actor Guild. When are they giving out these awards?
I think it's coming up in March, like maybe the 16th or something like that, the 14th. Let's see if it's on the ballot here.
Oh, we're doing it tonight because you have to mail it in.
Yeah, they got to get their ballots in. That's why we have to go ahead and do it.
The ballots have to be in by March 7th. The awards is March 9th.
Any way to write our names in?
We could, yeah.
I wouldn't mind winning the SAG Award.
Nice write-in ballot. All right, so it's your chance to be counted in the SAG Award.
Yeah. All right, we'll take a break. We're right back. It's Paul Lowe. His life's a movie. Ron and Fez.
JFK.
It's time for Oscar blurbs with Paulo.
Oscar started at 8. Sean Penn better not be retarded. Rebecca Romaine will be tossing an Oscar salad. Looks like Harry's gonna find the potter of Oscar Go.
Paulo has a big fat wife.
Yeah, Paulo?
Yeah, Paulo, you like the movie?
Why do you say that?
I just like cat. Right.
Paulo, your life is a movie.
Thank you.
Paulo, only one big movie coming out this week, right? That old school?
Well, I mean, Dark Blue is kind of the seems to be the best of the bunch.
What's Dark Blue?
Kurt Russell.
Oh,
where's he escaping from this time?
No, he is not. Actually, they consider it the best performance of his career, where he plays a
better than an Elvis movie.
Well, he's one of those underrated actors, and sometimes
I honestly think he's overrated.
Okay.
Better than Tango and Cash.
Well, he hasn't won any Oscars. So
Love Tango, hated Cash.
Good. It's about actually the.
We're talking about Old School. That's the one we were curious about.
Old School. Well, Old School is there's 3 movies about.
You didn't see it, did you? You did not see Old School.
No, Old School is about 4 meatheads. I mean, it's what do you want? Will Ferrell.
Did you see it?
Vince Vaughn. Yes, I saw it.
He won't admit that he saw it.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point. I got Jeremy Piven. You got Will Ferrell.
Oh, God. Jeremy Piven. If there is anyone that's poison to a project, it's Jeremy Piven.
Has he ever been in a hit?
Never. I think he ruined Ellen.
Yeah, and I think he's actually trying to ruin this movie, too. He actually makes an extra effort in this case.
I'm trying to think. He is always in... first of all, you see him a lot of movies with... who's that guy that's his best friend, Polo?
The guy from...
But, Piven never stars, right?
Well,
never.
He was in PCU, I think, but that was kind of a co-starring role.
They ought to take the C out of it. PCU.
If you're doing a school movie, Jeremy Piven has to be in it?
He has a lot of energy. He's moderately funny.
He's horrible.
He's in tons of John Cusack movies.
Yeah, he was in Serendipity with.
Well, you could go on and on and on. Are they old like buddies or something?
Well, yeah. Actually, there's a theater group that Jeremy Piven's parents run that John was in when he was starting out, and so there's a very strong tie with them.
So he's like his Fez.
I am not Jeremy Piven in any sense of the word.
Has he ever been in a hit, Polo?
Well, nothing obviously, Titanic-like.
What is wrong with you tonight?
What? Why is everyone a nut?
No, I'm not saying. No, he's never been in a hit. If his movies make $30 million at top. Before
you asked if he ever starred. I know, not a movie, but a TV series. They gave him that Cupid TV series where he's the star of that. And he's actually Cupid, like a Mr. Rourke type character. Stunk it up.
Wasn't he supposed to do that to get into heaven or something crazy? He had to put 100 couples together?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, he's the great kazoo. Hello, dum-dubs.
It only lasted a couple weeks, right?
Yeah, so I guess he's still in hell.
All right, Polo. The SAG Awards are coming out.
Yes, sir.
As opposed to your wife, who's up for a HAG Award.
And I hope she gets it this year.
Good luck.
I know she's one of the so bad. Polo, we have a couple SAG members here.
Yeah, I heard. I was not able to get in.
We got Billy Staples and Mikey D.
Hey, Polo. Hey, Polo.
Now, Polo, you've done film. You were a big part of Caddyshack.
Right.
Why aren't you in SAG?
Because
his wife was in a fatty shack.
Because I'm, shackled by my miserable life and cannot pursue my dreams.
What are your dreams?
My dreams, to make my movie. I'm actually just getting ready to send out a bunch of letters maybe this week.
To be able to get the last pork chop once
All right.
at dinner.
You've already written the script?
Yeah, the script is written, but it's longhand.
Uh-huh. You haven't had time to type it?
No, I don't want to type it because I'm afraid of hackers.
All right.
The movie?
So, yeah, just unplug your computer.
No, yeah, right. I'm going to unplug. It's got to be plugged in sometime, and, these hackers.
It doesn't have to be online for you to type it.
From what I understand, these hackers can do it with a potato chip can. They can get it to your computer.
No, they can't. All right, what is the movie about?
No, we're not talking about my movie because we've talked about it before. I cannot talk about my movie, because I'm afraid. That's the whole point. I'm afraid of the intellectual theft.
Because somebody stole from you once, right?
Yes. Right.
Ghostbusters. He claims Dan Aykroyd stole Ghostbusters from him. If I hear it again, I'll puke.
Yeah, I'm not. Look, first of all, I'm not claiming that he stole it from me or anything of that nature. I'm saying that he might have seen it, and that the Ghostbusters looks very similar to the script that I had thrown over his transom.
You threw a script through his window that was similar to Ghostbusters, and next thing you know, Ghostbusters is getting made.
Right.
What was the working title of your film?
You see, I can't really complain because it was actually a rip-off of a Saturday Night Live skit which he created with Steve Martin, the Yortuk Burgers. I don't even remember the title at this point. It's been, a few years ago.
Two Wild and Crazy Ghosts?
Yeah.
All right, your new movie, Polo, that you wrote is called End of the World?
Well, that was...
Don't say no, it's the end of the world?
Wow, what's that about?
I cannot talk about it.
And how much do you think this would cost?
I think it doesn't need a name cast, but it does need...
like Gods and Generals.
Yeah, well...
I heard that's just dreadful.
The point of this...
$100 million, no stars.
That thing took $100 million to make.
Yeah.
You get these guys that go out there on the weekends in Virginia, reenact in the Civil War, run a videotape on them.
No, it cost $25 million because Ted Turner... Exactly, that's what he did. He got a bunch of losers to run around and...
He's a loser.
Who? I'm saying the people who did the reenactment on the...
Maybe he'd like to have your movie, End of the World.
Yes, I understand, but my movie was...
Is R.E.M. doing the soundtrack?
No. Who?
It's the end of... stop snorting, Billy. It's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine.
Is that the full title?
Not the song, and no, that's not the song.
Leonard Bernstein. All right, so what's the deal here, Polo? You want to start talking about your movie?
No, I want to talk about the SAG
Just give us the plot.
I cannot talk about the movie.
Just a rough outline.
What's the genre? What does it fall into? What film genre?
Is it boy meets girl, boy loses girl, boy gets girl back?
It's a slash, yeah.
World Ends?
It's a romance slash.
Romance dramedy?
Big sci-fi premise. I don't know if I...
Sci-fi, romantic...
Yeah. Slash.
Boy meets alien?
Revenge?
I'm not going... Look, you're trying to get me to reveal it, and...
Is it a stranger... would you say... All right, let me just say this. Is it more of a stranger comes to town or a man goes on an adventure?
Ooh.
Which angle are you going with?
The man goes on an adventure?
Would you say it's a he said, she said?
Is it
two opposites attract?
Is it a journey of discovery?
Well, actually the opposites attract a little bit. But I'm not talking about it.
Right. All right. Would you say this is... Would you say this is Star Trek meets Friends?
No.
Ooh, that sounds like a hit.
Yeah.
And you're guaranteeing how many receipts?
$1 billion.
It would be a $1 billion movie.
Is it a coming of age film?
It would cost $1 billion. It would.
Polo, would you say this is a scientific sci-fi coming of age film, where a young girl discovers herself and a little bit about her parents?
Is it interplanetary teen angst?
I'm not gonna. No.
Would you call it A Town Without Pity?
I'm not saying...
Would you say this? They loved, they lost, they learned? Apollo's story?
I mean, you guys could write your own movie.
Would this whole thing be a sci-fi version of A Hooker with a Heart of Gold?
Oh, nice.
No, that absolutely not.
She came to town with nothing but her dreams and big teats And the
All
town,
8 of them? No, there's nothing like
and the
that.
town took her innocence. Would you say that?
No, not at all.
What would you say? It's a balls to the walls cop drama.
No, definitely not. That would be the dark blue.
Is it a car chase, shoot 'em up?
Is it a lone wolf story?
There's a car that moves very fast, but there's no chase.
So how would you describe it?
I'm not going to describe it. That's my point. I have a very difficult time.
Would you say this? He's black, she's white. Together they found love.
No, I'm not getting into that story.
Psychological thriller? You going that way?
Well, there's always some psychological stuff in movies.
Would you say this guy thought dead comes back, wants his life back?
Well, it sounds like an interesting movie.
Is it you can't go home again? Is that the whole deal?
Yeah.
Wow.
Was Tom Wolfe right?
No.
Is that it?
Technically...
Technicolor? Is that your angle?
No, well, first of all, they don't use Technicolor anymore, but I cannot talk about...
So basically it's a boy and his dog, and the adventures that they fulfill.
Or is it more of a real man bites dog story?
I haven't put a dog in the movie, no.
So there's no part for your wife?
Not in this movie. I like dogs very much, and I would like to put them in a movie in the future after this becomes
Is it a trilogy? We're looking at a trilogy here, Polo?
Well, the way this is structured, it's very easy to make sequels.
Well, you call it the end of the world. I thought the world ends at the end. Is it just one of the worlds?
So this planet is the only thing happening?
Is it a world turned upside down?
I'm not saying anything about the movie.
Is it a biodrama?
I didn't say.
Or would you call it a rockumentary?
Just because the title says end of the world does not mean the world ends necessarily.
Well, you change the title then.
Because it's a mystery, and I'm not talking about it.
The world ends not right now, but maybe in one of the sequels. Call it something like that.
Is it? Would you say it's man's inhumanity of man?
Well, that's pretty.
Is it an anti-hero story?
There's, first of all, the more I...
Does he go to the bottom of the bottle and back?
First of all, we're supposed to be talking about the SAG Awards.
Yeah.
And
would you describe it as Rocky with robots?
That's something to work on.
Seriously.
Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Rocky Sock'em Robots.
Is that your angle with this, Polo? Because if it is, I love it.
On that idea, but that is not this movie, no.
And I would go see it.
I understand. That sounds like a fun movie. But let's talk about the SAG Awards.
Or your movie first, a rags to riches story. A kid who comes out of the slums, out of the ghetto, and knocks the big city right on its can. Only to find out later he's been betrayed by the woman he loves the most.
Who's from space.
I mean, all of these, I think I could film.
Polo, are you tied in with the space thing? Because that sounds nuts to me.
I know. Is that the deal breaker?
Yeah.
No.
Babe?
I like the idea of a girl from the wrong side of the tracks makes good in the big town.
I'm not saying I couldn't film the phone book and make it good, but these are not...
What do you mean by that?
Is this a Mr. Alien Goes to Washington?
I'm a Mr. Alien. Well, that could work, but it's not this movie.
You taking on the fat cats? Is that it, Polo?
Yeah, but I'm just saying...
Beating them at their own game?
We need to talk about the SAG Awards.
Do the tables get turned at any point during this movie?
Does up become down, black becomes white?
Well...
Is hell a poppin'? Is that what is that it? Is hell's a poppin' for the next 3 hours?
Hell's a poppin', no. Not hell's a poppin' at all.
Is it a glimpse of a new society, a brave new world?
Well,
a chance for man to finally look God in the eye and go, guess what? I'm grown up now. Love me.
I'm not going to say that you guys aren't, got a lot of great ideas, and some of them, I'm not. If I even admit that there's a little bit there, I'm not going to say that because then I'd be revealing.
Is it an erotic thriller?
Oh, those are nice.
I want this to be PG.
Is it a love story? He loves her. She's sick. He stays by the bed, only to lose her.
I
hate those. Is it unreturned love?
If I actually admit to any of that, I would be revealing a good part of what...
Does love mean you ever have to say you're sorry?
Well...
Does love mean you never have to say excuse me? That's the way I took it.
Yes.
She was sitting out in the cold...
Who's she?
Well, you're talking about love story.
Ally McGraw?
Ally McGraw.
No wonder she got sick.
She was sitting...
I thought Bugsy McGraw was in that film.
Ryan O'Neal,
right.
Bugsy McGraw, love story.
I can sit around all night talking about your chick flick, but we got to move on.
Thank
Okay?
God.
Is it a chick
I
flick?
can't talk about it. It's not a chick flick, exactly.
Is it a dick flick?
I think it's a flick for everyone.
It's a flick.
Oh, nice.
So the SAG Awards, as I say,
So you're not a member of SAG?
Even though you've done film, how do you get away with it? Yeah. Scab?
it's Screen Actors Guild, and as you know, your associates there will tell you, you know, I think you have to say a word or say a couple of words, and then you have to pay your dues, and you get into the.
You've mainly been an extra, right? Your career.
My career?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, my career I was an extra, but it was a featured extra, and it was a lot of fun.
Featured extra.
I was a kid, you know, having a good time, you know, playing cards in the set.
Are we still talking about your film plot?
I'm talking about Caddyshack.
All right, a kid. You were already bald.
I was not bald.
You were totally receding in that movie.
He was bald everywhere but his back.
I had bangs.
Your ass had bangs.
I had lovely bangs.
All right, let's move into this.
Yeah,
I can't talk about your hairline.
I understand.
All right, Billy, have you seen all the films this year?
No, I'm missing a couple.
How about you, Mikey? Have you seen them all?
Not all of them. I've missed like one or two.
So you people have no right to vote.
Well, we know the actors and actresses. We've seen the TV shows. I've seen the reviews.
Right. So as long as they know the reviews.
This is so proving that these award shows don't mean a thing.
No, we still have time to see them, and we get to see the movies for free now. Right.
Oh, yeah, they still have time now. When do you go?
March 7th, and we can just bring our SAG card to any movie theater and get in for free.
Any movie theater? Anywhere in the country?
Yeah.
Does it have to be to see a performer in a nominated film, or can you just go see any movie? Can you go see Daredevil with your SAG card?
It has to be one of the nominated pictures. And I know Miramax sent SAG members certain places where they can go and see the movie and screen it. So if you haven't seen it, you can just go to that place.
Miramax works a little harder at it than the other people, right?
It seems so.
They really campaign.
Yeah.
Well, they have a lot of stuff on here, too, so.
And with the Academy Awards, I think they're tied into 4 out of the 5 best pictures, one way or another.
Yeah.
All right, how do you want to do this? From Best Actor on?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do it that way. We'll just start at the top of the page.
All right, do we need to take a break here?
You want us to take a break? Yeah, we're going to take a break.
We're going to take a break, come back. We've got a couple of SAG actors here, as well as Paulo will tell us about the plot of his new film.
No! I can't.
That's called The End of the World, and based on a song called The End of the World from the 1960s, Paulo?
It's a song that I think we've never gotten it.
What's her name?
Skeeter Davis.
I don't think that's the right song. For some reason, I made a mistake there.
It's the end of the world.
No, that's not the song.
It ended when you said goodbye.
Oh, now I know how the movie ends.
No, that's not the song.
Goodbye.
Why do the birds keep on singing?
No,
Yeah.
that's not it.
I think that was already in a movie, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, but that song is.
Oh, who stole from you now, Paulo?
I think it was in Go 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 Bots, which was a big hit. All right, hold on, Polo. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We've got the SAG members here, Fezzy, and we're in a tough crowd here tonight, huh?
I know.
Very interesting crowd.
Almost like we're classing up the show, but we'll see. We'll see exactly how they vote, and they are partaking in the SAG Awards that are going to be in March.
We'll be right back. It's Ron and Fez.